The title is The One Sea Route Iran Can Shut Down to Cripple America. Most people think wars begin with bombs or soldiers, but sometimes a war begins with something much smaller, a narrow strip of water that controls the global economy. This is the Strait of Hormuz, and it may be the most dangerous sea route on Earth. Every day, massive oil tankers pass through this narrow passage between Iran and Oman. Nearly 1/5 of the world's oil flows through this single route. That means the fuel that powers cars, planes, factories, and entire nations depends on it staying open. Now here's the problem. Iran sits right next to this sea route, and that gives Iran something far more powerful than a missile: leverage. If Iran ever blocks the Strait of Hormuz, even temporarily, the impact would be immediate. Oil prices would spike overnight, markets would panic, gas prices in the United States would rise fast, and inflation would hit ordinary Americans within days. The U.S. may produce a lot of its own oil today, but it does not live in isolation. When global oil prices rise, America feels it. Shipping costs go up, food prices increase. Every supply chain becomes more expensive. This is why the Strait of Hormuz is not just a Middle Eastern issue. It is a global pressure point. Iran knows this, and Iran has spent decades preparing for a conflict at sea. Instead of building massive aircraft carriers, Iran focused on something smarter: asymmetric naval warfare. Fast attack boats that move in swarms, sea mines that can be deployed quietly, anti-ship missiles hidden along the coastline, drones and submarines designed to harass and disrupt. Iran doesn't need to defeat the U.S. Navy, it only needs to slow it down. Even the rumor of a blockade is enough to shake global markets, and that fear is Iran's strongest weapon. So why hasn't Iran shut the strait already? Because doing so would come at a massive cost. Iran's own oil exports pass through the same waters. Closing the strait would hurt Iran's economy as much as everyone else's. It would also trigger a serious military response. The United States maintains a permanent naval presence in the region for one reason: to keep this sea route open. The U.S. Fifth Fleet patrols these waters day and night. American warships escort tankers. Aircraft carriers stand ready because Washington understands one thing very clearly: if the Strait of Hormuz is lost, even briefly, the damage would spread far beyond the battlefield. But tensions are rising. Military drills, missile tests, naval exercises near the strait. Each move increases the risk of miscalculation, and history shows that wars don't always start on purpose. Sometimes they begin with a single mistake: a drone shot down, a ship damaged, a mine detonated in the wrong place. If that happens in the Strait of Hormuz, the world would not have time to prepare. Oil markets would react instantly, stock markets would tumble, and governments would be forced to respond. This is why analysts warn that the next major global crisis may not start in a capital city, but at sea. The Strait of Hormuz remains open for now, but as long as tensions remain high, this narrow passage will continue to hold the world hostage. It is not just a sea route, it is a reminder of how fragile the global system really is, and how one decision in one narrow stretch of water could change everything.